Thank you for joining me back, Sagittarius. I'm doing a big part 2 for everyone, seems like this week, so I hope this is helpful to you. And thank you for joining me for the continuing of the last reading. Alright, so we have this chariot. This black sphinx, white sphinx, the yin and the yang, the balance between the masculine, the feminine, the sun, the moon, the dark and the light together, and riding in the center to drive your chariot to victory. This is the big power, the big ride, the big golden chariot from the universe to get you to your victory. So whatever you have gone through, whatever confusion you had is now becoming more crystal clear to you. You're moving to smoother waters. You're taking those situations that you had to bring you clarity of mind to make your sail turn with the wind to ride the wave of your emotions that you need. You're connecting your heart and your mind here. There's always so much, usually, this is a different version, but usually there's so much water, even though it's an air card or a swords card, that I still always think of emotion. How sometimes when the waters are so rough, they make your mind rough too. They're like swords going at what's going on. So those rough waters that you're riding create the mental confusion. And then the 6 is the taking the swords out of the rough water one by one, so they bring clarity of thought, clarity of your lesson, clarity of what was making the waters rough, putting them on your boat and moving towards smoother waters on purpose. So maybe you just need to start sailing, and then you'll grab those reins of your chariot and feel, how fast your motorboat or your sail wants to go. That's up to you, but either the narrowness is a narrow path to get you there, or the narrowness is what was blocking you before from getting there. I'm going to let you look at this chariot card too, because it's really different. This is the Voyager deck. I mean, I know I think of the Statue of Liberty when I see that first, with like flower wreath on her head of growth. The left eye is blasted out, but the right eye is still there. Interestingly enough, if I think on carrier pigeons, birds that come back home kind of thing, that when they take out the left eye, right, they're still able to navigate the magnetic fields of the earth and get back home if they have the right eye. But I hope I'm right on this. Hopefully I am. If not, it's the other way. But I think if you take out their right eye, they lose their sense of navigation and they don't know where they're going, interestingly enough. And then you have this hawk here, so you can still navigate where you need to go. You can still get where you need to be, no matter what's been blasted out, what path has been blinded to you. You have what you need to move forward. There's Jupiter. There's a crab, so maybe Cancer has something to do with somebody. There's a horse, so maybe a horse is like your Chinese sign. There's a surfer here. You're ride your surfboard. There's a hot air balloon. You're flying above the situation. However you choose to see this chariot, however you need to ride your wave and your situation to get out, to move forward, to have a victory, your transportation is here for you. This is your golden, this is a really awesome ancient, I think that's the chariot of the sun. It's the archer. Oh, Sagittarius. There you go, look at that. Is that clear? Can you see it? See the archer in the sunshine? And then there's a horse here, so you have 2 horses telling you to move. You have the moon landing, the nice studio set up here, and you have like fireworks everywhere. You can see in the rear view mirror where you've been, but you don't need to stare there long, and that's, you don't need to look in the rear view more than a glance. Say thank you, I see what's back there, giving me my space, and you look forward and you take the seat and you are the driver. You're the driver. Finding balance. So I was showing you to find balance. I think this is where I got cut off before. So it's like an organ item made. So it's like it's weighted, right? So if you have too much weight here, it's going to sink and you're going to feel heavy and too much pressure somewhere in your life and not enough freedom somewhere else. So this is your issue this week, Sagittarius. You need to find your balance so you can take your chariot. You need to find the balance between everything you've gone through and everything you want to do and where to go through the center. Find that narrow path. Find the center part of the wheel. No, not up, down, north, south, all that too. Go here to know what to do to move forward in that moment. Make sure all the parts of your life have their due place. You put the effort and the time into everything. Play a little, work a little, laugh a little, love a little, learn a little. You know, tap into your inner child. Do everything a little bit so that this is even. If you don't sleep enough, you know, and you only rejuvenate yourself a little bit, you're working here, and then you're going out here. You're not sleeping enough. You're never, it's like my battery on my cell phone. If I just always charge it a little bit every time, I don't get enough juice to get to a 15-minute video. I have to make sure I have it plugged in and it has enough battery so that it has enough memory and it can move. We're like a little cell phone. So take time to completely rejuvenate your batteries if you're not. And, you know, act accordingly. Juggle that a little bit and make sure your wheel is balanced here so it rotates fast like this and it's not like getting stuck on one part that's too heavy. You have the Knight of Swords. So this is under the part you need to allow. So you need to allow yourself to move forward with clarity of mind, like a knight that's going after his princess to go get her. He heard this beautiful girl was trapped. He's like, I'm going to be the one to save her. She's the hottest girl or the hottest guy, however you want to look at this. In the kingdom, I'm going to be the savior. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And it's like, maybe you had a bird. Maybe you had your bird with a chariot that came and told you. Maybe you were walking in the woods and you heard, help me, help me. Or maybe this is you being tied up and your Knight of Swords is going to come because finally there's clarity of mind somewhere in this situation. She doesn't really look tied up. She looks like she's sort of faking it a little. I'll tell you that. Like she maybe just fell and she's acting a little hopeless. She's also fiery and passionate. Usually red hair in tarot readings means like passionate energy, fiery nature. And he has his helmet on, so he's a little bit guarded of what he believes. And it's probably pretty hot when the sun shines on his helmet. So maybe they both have a fiery energy, an airy energy. Maybe this is a air sign in your life. Masculine, like. But I'm gonna continue and show you these words of truth cards. This is the Diamond and River Fire. Listen to that name, Jameson. Cards, and I put 3 words on top of each pile, and they're pretty self-explanatory, but still. See how this relates into your life and changes your psychic antenna to a way that works for you. Or doesn't. It might not be for you. Let's see. For week of May 2016 to May 2024, 2016. So the first pile, under the Knight of Swords, Sagittarius. So this is what you need to receive. Receive clarity of mind so you can move forward. Admit. Meditation. And incompletion. So maybe you need to do some meditation about what is incomplete in your life. Admit to yourself the truth of what needs to be finished and go forward to it with clarity of mind. Okay? Now, in your issue at hand is finding balance, Sag. The words you got are pushing. So which part of those pie wheel in your, which part of the pie wheel of your life are you pushing too much in? Health. Make sure everything is imbalanced. Your emotions are out of whack. Your health suffers. If you stress yourself out and you don't sleep, your health suffers. You need to have balance to have this. You need to have exercise, eat well, drink a lot of water, do things you love that make your soul sing and happy so you make better decisions in your life generally. That also brings good health. There's huge power in the placebo effect and just believing that you can get well. You need to get in tune with your body and see what works for you. It can be different moment to moment. Female. So what of the receptive side in you are you out of balance? What are you not allowing yourself to receive on your wheel? Hold on. I'm going to plug this light in and unplug my phone. So let's see what we have for the male side of you. This is the action you need to take this week, Sagittarius. So this is also the Chariot. So this is the action you need to take for your big victory being supported by the universe. So the action you need to take forward pertains to the others in the environment. Codependency. Are you codependent on other people, or are you ready to ride your own chariot to your own victory? Beauty. Appreciate the beauty in every little situation you have. In others, see the beauty so it's reflected back to you and it fuels your fire on your chariot and on your drive to love. Happy ending. Even your happy ending has an everyday unfolding of the story. Make every day have beauty and happy endings and love. On your last space, so getting rid of your narrowness and going to smoother waters out of confusion to your victory. Again, synergy. Riding the wave, making things work, seeing how things work together for your benefit. Spirit's always on your side as a child of God. Your unique perspective, Sagittarius, is important. Omen. Look for the omens, look for the signs, the symbols. Look for the support. The universe is here to support you. Look for the way it supports you, and it opens the path for you to go and ride that sucker.